This is a special edition of the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. On the 6th evening after the assassins' attacks, here's the latest. President Bush vows the United States will rid the world of evildoers. In the investigation, word that 4 people are now in custody. Pakistan tomorrow will deliver a warning to the Taliban. Hand over prime suspect Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden issues a public statement denying any personal responsibility. At Ground Zero in New York, the official number of missing soars above 5,000, while the mayor of New York says the city will be ready for business tomorrow. The number of missing in the mass grave that is Lower Manhattan's Ground Zero grew to almost 5,100 today. CBS's Byron Pitts is there with new pictures that show anew the incredible damage in sickening clarity. Byron?
Well, Dan, not far from here, a passerby found the passport of one of the hijackers. Evidence this disaster scene is also a crime scene. Above that hole and the hell that is now Lower Manhattan, rescue teams work in and around a crater 7 stories deep. 16 solid acres of twisted steel and crumpled concrete. Authorities believe when the 2 airline jets crashed into the Twin Towers, thousands were vaporized almost instantly, consumed in the burning jet fuel. Thousands more crushed to death when the buildings fell. One of the last people rescued alive, New York City Port Authority police officer David Lim. He spoke publicly today for the very first time.
I know I'm one of the few people so far that have been pulled out of this debris, and I want to let the rescuers know that if I can survive, that other people can survive also.
A K-9 officer, Lim was pulled out without his partner, a yellow lab named Cirrus.
The last thing I said was, I'll be back. And he's still waiting.
And so iron workers cut steel. Huge machines remove the heaviest debris. And the men and women at Ground Zero keep working.
We had a lot of hits yesterday. Unfortunately, they were all deceased.
Not a single soul found alive since Wednesday. A solemn New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani conceded. Hope is dwindling.
The hope is still there that we might be able to save some lives. But the reality is that in the last several days we haven't found anyone.
I will obey the orders of my superiors.
Today, 168 firefighters were promoted to replace the firefighters killed.
We are shaken, but we are not defeated.
And push on they will, for there is no other option.
I have heard that word hope so many times these last few days. But how can you still hold on to that at this point?
Okay, pick the one person in there that might have a 1 in 1 million chance of being alive and tell that one family person that I'm sorry, there's no hope.
Tonight the rescue teams work 8-hour shifts, still digging, still hoping. Dan?
Byron Pitts. President Bush today called on Americans to get back to work with renewed dedication and wipe away the rubble